Morning, Michelle. We're going to go through the morning fire lighting routine, but it applies to just about any time you're reloading the fire, which is usually, I do it like morning, midday, and evening is probably as often as I do it. Here we go. So first thing I do is I come over and I get my little stool, because it's much more comfortable working on the fire with that. And it's morning, so I get out the orange kindling box, which has a funky piece of plywood on here so that saffron doesn't steal everything. It's got kindling and stuff like that in it. And I pull out my boxes of wood and see what I got. Oh, I got lots of small stuff. So this will make lighting pretty easy. And I'll just go through the basic morning light routine. I grab from up here, I have some asbestos gloves. I usually just take the left-hand one, but whatever works for you. Gloves are really important if it's like a midday reload and the stove is really warm, but I just make a habit of using them. I set my poker down there on the front so it's easy to get at. Okay, I come up, and in the morning it's not much of a problem, but during the day you'll want to check this main thermometer, and you can see the indicators way down in the cold. It says inactive, so the catalytic converter is inactive in this range. That's a kind of an important range. Anyway, so it's really cold. Anywhere down in this bottom half, you could probably reload it. If you're burning up in here or have lots of firewood in the stove, just let it go for a while. Anywho, and that thermometer is just more of a curiosity. It shows you that the top of the stove isn't very hot. I got a puppy arguing with me. Anyway, let me move over here. All right, so on the side of the stove, we have our thermostat, which at night is set up so that there's not too much air. Hi, Lou. How are you? That's a good boy. You gonna say hi to us? Yeah, you should go say hi to us. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Anyway, okay. So the thermostat's set so not much airflow, and that lets it, in that kind of range, it'll go overnight and still have coals. Okay, so whenever I reload the fire, okay, I turn the air up to maximum, and that makes sure my chimney gets lots of air. And I take the lever here and open the baffle inside. It's kind of a snappy thing. You got to get it up past, and then over it clunks and it sticks in that position. All right. So next I come over here. I perch myself on my stool so I can roll around. And I open her up. And within a minute or so, things will get pretty warm in here. There's my glove. I set it over here. Very disjointed. Oh well. Anyway, okay. So you can see how it's lots of coals in there. And what I do in the morning is I fish in the back and I pull the coals that I can find to the middle or front. Depends upon how much I have in coals, but the coals burn really well up front and they'll start your fire for you. Okay. They're a waste at the back. Okay, so I got all those coals. I hope I kept the camera on track. Got all those coals in front. Okay. So now I go to the kindling box, and this little trick often works midday, but I'll do it in the morning as well. I'll take a couple of sticks of kindling. These two are good. Okay, they're kind of chunky kindling, and I put them in kind of on an angle in here, if you can see that. Okay, and when I put the fire in, those will let air, or when I put the fire in, when I put the logs in, those pieces of kindling let air flow underneath. So it's morning. I don't have much going. I find a fairly small piece that's not too long. Oh, this piece will do, I guess. There we go. And I take it and I put it so that the wedgy part is at the back. And I take my poker. And you see my kindling here, because I have so many coals, kindling's already started. So I'm gonna, whoops. Let's see if I can do this. I'm doing this one-handed. When you're trying to lever something in, if you put the poker against this thing, you can actually lift logs at the back really easy. Okay. So I can't really show you what it would be like with paper, but I'll kind of pretend here. Because sometimes we don't have much in the way of coals in the morning. So what I would do is I would take another couple logs, and I take one and I put it in here and put it on a bit of an angle. And I find another one that I like, and I put it in here on an angle. Oops, there we go. Right, and I do it like that. And then what I do is I would put paper in the middle of that and kindling on top in order to start the fire. And that's usually all I have to do to start the fire. So if I'm reloading like this, where I go, well, I'm not really starting or reloading. I wouldn't even put the back piece in, and I would just take my pieces, whoops, clunk, 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 and I would just go in, and I would take as much as I can find that'll fit. So I would take this one, throw him in there. He's gonna go in there nicely. Okay. And you can see I can put my hand in there with these gloves on pretty easy. It's not too bad. Let's see if this guy will fit. Just close. Get him over here. Okay. And let's see if I can get him to go. Now if I hadn't have put that, no, maybe not. Okay, if I hadn't have put that log in the back, because I had so many coals, if I had not put that log in the back, all those logs would have laid flat and I could get more in. So normally when I'm reloading, especially when I have this many coals, I wouldn't put that log in the back. I just stack the wood in lengthwise, just chunk, chunk, chunk. Maybe, if I have a long piece, I'd put it in crosswise on the top. And so we've got all the wood in. We've got, in this case, we've got it burning. Normally it wouldn't be burning yet, but that's okay. We got a really good bed of coals. So you can sit here with the door open and goes, oh, this feels so nice, especially if you're cold. That's great. Okay, close the door. Never leave the room with the door open. Okay, so the door's got to be closed if you're leaving the room. Normally it's only open when I'm tending the fire. I put my poker back because it'll get hot on that shelf and then I won't be able to pick it up next time. It goes up there. Now, we get to do the whole thing here because it's morning time and we're cool. Because my thermostat is down in the inactive range, the catalytic converter is not running yet. It's got to get up in that next range. So I want to leave my vent open and my air, and I just leave it wide open. And we're going to let this rock and roll until we're up in the, up here. So, what's the time? It looks like it's 10 to 6 in the morning because I'm up early. So we'll come back to this and I will even tell you what time it is. And we'll switch it to the day burning mode if you like. Okay? So I shall return after I make my tea and toast. So we got this lovely fire going in there, nice and cheery. It's about 5 to 6, so it's been 5 minutes or so, just wide open. And my toast is down. It's kind of cooking. And kettle's got water and boiling. And I come over and check the thermostat, and it's coming up, but it's still not where it needs to be. Okay. Well, we can see our fire's still cheery. And just to mention, the Gail's moved our stuff. So if you're into tea, all my tea making supplies are down in this middle drawer. I got some rooibos, I got lemon tea, I got regular tea, I got added fixings, vanilla to go into my Rubios, some almond extract, little measuring, lots of junk. If you're into tea, it's down here. Anyway, okay, let's see, my tea and toast are, my tea's almost ready. Yep. And my toast is ready. I'll take my toast with me and I'll set it on my little counter over here, because in the morning I sit, turn all the lights back off, and enjoy the fire. Let's go check it again. Oh yeah, this is started up. It's running good. Okay, and it's what time is it? It's just after 6, so that's taking 10 minutes. If you start from really cold, it could take twice that long, but that's kind of the time frame you're looking at. So we're definitely up to temperature. Doors, front doors closed. So we come over to the side, and what I do is I take my damper handle and I put it all the way back and I push it down. Okay, and then I take my air vent. Now, I could leave it down here for a while, but sometimes I forget it. So what I do is, I've got a couple of marks here that says, that's kind of the sweet spot of where it normally runs. So I can take, switch hands here so you can see. I can take the air vent and just turn that down, get it level there. So that little notch is somewhere between those two marks. And what'll probably happen is the fire will continue to rock and roll pretty good. Yeah, and it's going. And when it gets up to temperature, that thermostat will start to slow the air down so it just won't fly off into overheat range. I'll show you where that is. And then it just needs a subtle turn of that thermostat to slow it down. So like you're talking 1/8 of an inch or so, just a little bit. And you'll see it start to shut down or come back, depending upon whether it's gotten cold or hot. So while we're here, let me get my fingers right here. Okay, can we see that mark? Yeah, well, let's turn it so that, there we go. Okay, so we can see the little red arrow. If that red arrow gets way up here to the top of this guy or beyond, it's too hot, okay? And that's the one you want to pay attention to. So I like to run it up in this, top third is gives a decent amount of heat. But like I said, if it continues way up here, that's a little too hot. Don't panic about it, just fix it. So all you do is you come over and wherever your thermostat is, okay? So maybe you've been an hour or so and you go, oh, whoops, it's getting a little warm in here. Anyway, you take that and you might go like that. That's about all you have to do to change whether it's gonna rock and roll or not. So it's not where I want it yet, so I'm gonna make sure it's just down there and let the fire burn brightly for a while, and maybe in an hour, I'd turn it down just a wee bit. And like I say, if I got distracted and it got over temperature, then I might go, we're gonna cut you right down. I know way up there, let's get on the focus, way up there, and that fire is gonna shut down significantly. That might be a nighttime setting, and you go, yeah, it'll cruise along and smolder all night, and in the morning I'll have an easy time to light it. And in the morning, of course, you open it wide, open the handle, open the door, and do your thing in the firebox. So it's still going. Because I turned it down, the flames kind of died back real quick. That shows you how fast it'll react. And the temperatures, I got that. I'll leave it cranked up there for a bit. And those flames will come back and it'll be really nice. That's the stove. We keep some water on here to keep a little bit of moisture in the air. Yeah, enjoy. I'll have fire boxes, or wood full of boxes, 2 boxes under there, more on the porch, and there's a whole load of firewood in the holder just outside the door. So you should be able to run this all you want during the weekend. Enjoy. Have a nice time. I'm gonna turn the lights down, enjoy my tea and toast and the brilliance of the fire. Talk to you later. Bye.